turned down. It was turned down though.
All the way turned down.
Hello. I like that better. All right. Is everything copacetic?
Everything's copacetic. All right. I have big joy energy today. We haven't started yet.
Says who?
I forget
started.
about that. That's right.
I'm always recording you.
Oh, God.
I'm glad that you have pants
I have
on.
to watch myself.
I don't.
Somebody don't have no pants on. She over here Winnie the Pooh and
Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Got my whole booty out, Winnie the Pooh,
Winnie the Pooh.
Listen,
Got them thighs just out.
they out. Y'all don't need me to have on pants.
You get that shirt tail. Remember shirt tails? All them animals just ran together and they all just wore
I want to
shirts.
say shirt tails.
Ooh. Get out. I hate when you do that because that's not the right song. But I
It's
swear
not. It's
for God,
DuckTales.
I swear for everything that anyone worships anywhere that I was like, shirt tail.
Ooh.
In my mind, I was like, wait, that's not the song.
Beer, shirt tails. Ooh.
It's not shirt tail.
It's not. It's DuckTales. Did you see? Reese made a shirt with a duck and a Rasta cap with the locks, and it said oxtail.
Yes.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, he just gets an idea and just makes a shirt.
Oh, I screamed when I saw it.
I hollered.
I should probably order that shirt. I just don't feel like you can hear me.
I can hear you real good.
I can hear real good now that you're in the mic.
Actually, when you were talking not in the mic, you sound louder than I sound to myself. Maybe it's your earphones. I don't know.
There, I like it. Wait, no. I'm not ready.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting ready to do it. I'm coming. I'm getting ready to do it. I'm getting ready to do it.
Oh, God, please, no, wait, just one more. Just
I'm too far gone.
No, just
I'm too far gone.
No. Don't move.
Just think about basketball. Think about basketball.
We're gonna bring it on back.
Bring it on back.
See, here we go.
That's what happens when I have big
big
joy energy.
Big joy energy, huh? Okay. I think for Christmas next year we'll make one that says Big Nick energy with like a big old fat Santa Claus.
You know, I'll wear that all year round.
Or Nick Cannon on it.
Or just there's just layers there. There's layers there.
I want you to be closer to me. Just to be close to me, girl.
Just for a minute, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. Just for a minute.
Just for an hour.
And then he falls, just for a minute. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just for an hour.
Yeah.
Don't come and go. Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Now
I can clap. Do you have your Do Not Disturb on before we hear that little song?
Don't disturb this groove. Yes, I have it on.
We're going to see.
All right. Oh, gosh. I just want to say literally, I came from sleeping to coming and getting ready to record this because I heard a knock on my door and, where am I? Who am I? And it was her here at 9:00 as we agreed. I just was asleep. So
That's why you still don't have any pants on.
So if you see some sleep in my eye or something,
Or a lack of pants.
they won't see that.
It's the No pants.
They don't
It's
want to
probably
see
gonna
that.
be more-
They don't want to know about that. They're like, oh, please, no, stay seated. Now some of you are like, no, please,
Get
no,
up
stand up.
immediately. You want to get this viewership high. Let's see those thighs.
Yeah, I have on the ones that kind of go over my little booty cheek.
Come on. You want to get followers. I mean, what else are we going to do?
Come on.
All right. Clap time.
Yeah, boy, people, it's clapping time. Yeah, boy, people, it's podcasting time. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Indeed, it's podcasting time.
Goes with everything.
I think it does.
Who are you this week?
We're doing something new. I love it when we start a new season.
We are doing something new. This is going to be my last one was your favorite. I was kind of ready. I was kind of ready to move on.
Yeah.
This one, I
enjoy
feel like
kindness
for where
and
we are right
courtesy.
now, this
Yeah.
is
Especially,
this is
Yeah.
gonna be the one.
it's going to be it.
Mhm.
So I am disciplined. This is my
Mhm.
word for 2024.
And I am action.
Very good. And
That's
we
my word for 2024.
are add joy.
Where life plus joy equals satis action.
Oh, I see
You
it.
see what I did there?
I see what you did right there. Why is action your word for 2024?
So as I put on the socials, I went through this whole process of, which I think you should do periodically, figuring out what your principles are in life. Like, what are the things that you believe in, like your top 5. And through doing that, one of the words that I settled on was wisdom. And I thought to myself, wisdom is really how I'm trying to move forward in life. It's how I'm trying to make decisions. I want to make decisions from a wise place. And I settled on that word, and then I was like, wisdom is too passive though. It's too much about thinking, it's too much about, and I really want to make sure I'm doing, cuz I can plan a thing out. I can type
I mean, just
I can create a system.
Me
I
too.
can I carry that thing through? And that's what I feel like I'm missing. And so I wanted to make sure that my word keeps me in the place of carrying the thing through. So it's action. It's, it's lights, camera, action. Now we've got to go. We've got to do the thing. So yes, in the planning phases, I'm using wisdom. I feel like I've already started that, like with the way that I've planned my workouts and my time coming up and my projects. But it's the action piece that I need to really make sure that I manifest a thing. I want manifestation. Yeah. And why is discipline your
Action.
word?
I will start a thing. I will make the plans too, and I will get started. It gets launched. Does it get finished? Some of the things that even look like a mess at my house actually weren't. It's not an original mess. It actually was me starting something.
and not finishing.
I guess not just like, why did all this stuff come out of the closet? Well, that was because I started the project of,
Yes.
if you see my house completely neat, it's probably because I've just hidden the projects that I've started. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I discipline is for me is I just want to start and finish
a thing.
things.
Yeah,
I want to see it through and I want to maintain consistency. That's the issue. I will plan a workout schedule and I'm going to do them first few workouts.
Yeah. And then,
And then
yeah.
I can get started. Will,
Yeah.
will I finish it? Can I see it through to
Well,
completion?
and we're going to talk about that today because I told you that I had gone to Baba a while ago and asked, what is it? I feel like I have discipline. I feel like I've got this
Mm-hmm.
work ethic. I feel like I accomplish these great things in life. Why do I not have discipline when it comes to like my health?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Oh no, baby. Discipline can only exist when it's something you don't feel like doing."
Mm-hmm.
And that's the truth of it. And so what's happening is we like the planning. We enjoy.
I actually like it.
We
Yeah, I
like
love
the
it. Get a
bulleting
calendar
out.
and
We
like I
like
actually enjoy
that
the activity of it.
piece. It's the action that we don't prefer.
And doing it more than once. Like I like it on the
Mm-hmm.
first day.
Yeah. Yes.
I like my first day of meal
Yes.
prep.
And we feel so we feel so accomplished.
Uh-huh.
Woo! Look at
Mhm.
me.
And I have the nerve to want results kind of right away. Baby, I'd have a workout and eat a salad. I'd be like, I don't see why I didn't lose 20 pounds. Get
Yeah.
on the scale. I ate salad and I worked out today. I didn't lose any weight.
It's even why I've started posting accountability posts for my
Mhm.
workout. But what I've done is I post it for the week so that you're not seeing me do just day by day.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for me to post it one day and get the
Mhm.
ooh, girl, look
Yay.
at you. Okay.
Mhm.
And then for me to fall off and then pick it back up. No. So what I do is I send a video to her every single day that I work out.
You're doing so good.
I send a complete everything that I did, all my reps. I send that to my boy Kobla, who is so ridiculous about working out that he's always, where are you coming from?
And it
Getting the
shows.
salad. What?
Yeah.
Why didn't you cook the salad at home? All
Oh,
that.
come
stuff. He's that person, right? I need that. That's
Yeah.
so I tell him, okay, tomorrow's a rest day. Don't be texting me about where
About going to some workout.
But that is the wisdom, knowing
Yeah.
where it is that you fall off, you've fallen off before. And now I'm planning to do it differently, but I still need the action to see the results of the
Mhm.
thing. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. We're starting a new season that I
Mhm.
think it really fits what we're talking about.
Rolls
too.
right in.
We just finished Kindness and Courtesy, which I thought was awesome. I got some great lessons from there. One of the best lessons I got from you, Madi, was, like kindness without accountability actually isn't even kind.
Say more about that.
I think initially I was like, I'm just gonna be like radical kindness out here, which just brings joy to me anyway. I like to just be nice and do nice stuff for people and just stuff like that. And then I found myself kind of being overtaxed at times, being exhausted, and not requiring in the other person
Mhm.
a level of accountability that would maintain whatever the gift I was giving. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody can come through and be like, I need $200. You can give them $200. You can be like, now why we don't have $200 right now? We got a
Mhm.
job. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you can have the money, but let's also talk about like how we get here, repeatedly. I wasn't doing that piece, right? And I think that's, I really think that's not kind, because the kindness
Well,
is so that
ultimately, it's
you're
not
growing
kind
the
to
person.
you.
Well, and to them.
Yes,
And
but
to them, because they don't get to
anytime
grow past that
when you walk
stage.
away from doing kind things with resentment,
Or with exhaustion, right?
then
Not with,
now
like,
we're not kind
wait,
to ourselves.
no, you're gonna end up being back here
It-
again,
right. And so, yeah, there do have to be
Mhm.
some parameters around it,
Mhm.
but ultimately, yes, I mean it's kind to be kind, but let's do it with some stipulations here that
Yeah,
aren't going
because
to
I
tax
think it's
us.
even kind to that person. That person is
Mhm.
better helped by the wisdom and by the press
Yeah,
to improve their overall situation than just
yeah,
your charitable,
mhm.
moment.
I agree. Yeah.
Right? They are better served by learning how to fish
yeah.
than just being given
Given the fish,
the fish.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
that was just a great lesson for me. In that
Give a
season.
man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach him how to fish, and he'll eat forever. Do you remember that song?
No, but I know that's like from the Bible. Something.
That's actually your parents' favorite. What's the ones who sing Arrested Development?
They sing that?
They sing that song.
Look at me not knowing. Like, they do. They got a
They
song
do.
other than the ones I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So,
So we're going into
yeah,
what are we going into?
patience and endurance.
Listen, this is
y'all.
for many of us. People like, I'm gonna turn it off. I don't got no patience and I don't want it. Yes, you do. You do want it. I know you don't have that.
Baby, if you want to have joy, you want to have some patience and endurance.
It's very hard to have joy without being able to endure a thing,
Yeah.
and without having, being able to just be patient. I don't even see how joy would be possible without without it.
Mm-hmm. So, what is patience and endurance?
Patience and endurance is the capacity to tolerate discomfort, delay reward, and maintain the stamina to finish a thing you don't prefer.
That's real good. Ooh, that's so good.
Woo!
Let's talk about this because
Right.
so we always like to set it off at the beginning of a season. We introduce something that we're going to be doing for the season, and so this season, what we are going to do, we are going to talk about the things that try your patience.
We're gonna start off every episode with just, and I feel like we have a whole amen corner because people will relate to things that just like I thought about being patient today, then this wanted to happen, and patience went ahead and was like, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go ahead and head out because this is happening. So. And we're gonna try to.
It's like that man in Color Purple when he was playing the piano and then
Gotta go.
packed it. Time to go. That's what your patience.
He slammed that piano. It was like, all right,
that's be right on up out of here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, waiting in lines. I really have to work on that. I'm gonna be really honest with everybody. I actually don't do it.
You don't wait in lines?
Very rarely.
Well, if you're at the grocery store or something like that, you got to
skip lines. Yeah, unless there's no way to skip the line.
Well, right. I mean, yeah.
But that's me just being impatient. That's not fair to other people and stuff like that. We had our kind of our welcome back faculty thing, and all the faculty got out to get in that lunch line before me. So when I came back in, like the eighth person with the lunchbox, people in my department was like, "How did you get your lunch so fast?" I was like, because me and lines, we struggle.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of lines. I guess when I see that I'm in it, I guess I'm just like, I'm just not here. I'm here. I guess.
Sometimes I can be more. Usually I don't appreciate it. And usually I'm looking for a way to not be in it.
Okay.
I am, I am usually looking for something. There's got to be something here.
See, now that I have my Kindle,
is there a
thank you, Joy John Kendra. She talked me into getting a Kindle, and if I can sit there and read my book, I'll pull up a chair.
Look at you being patient.
I will. I take it everywhere. I took it to Buteco last night. Like
I don't love a line. I'm not sure.
I just take it as an opportunity to get caught up.
If I really want to eat this at this food truck, but the line is super long, I'm gonna go to the other food truck. I'll get full eating that. I won't wait. I'm not gonna wait.
That's true. That's true.
Because I just don't want to wait.
That's true. Yeah. If I can make a choice, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
They test many people's patience. Yeah, I think they test many people's patience. Lazy coworkers that don't pull their weight. Can test your patience and endurance.
You know what? For me, it's very difficult. I'm just going ahead and shout me out. I work way too hard. I work way too hard to be looking at somebody else like, are you just gonna scroll through your phone again? Okay. Or people who like celebrate themselves and they've done barely anything, and I'm like,
Our friend Melanie was talking about somebody, that she knew a person, what I'm saying, just kind of in her past working relationships who was like that, you know what I mean? And just would be like celebrating what they're doing. Like, I need to just, be the president of something, whatever, you know what I mean? She was like,
and had barely done anything. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think, I think if it doesn't impact me, I'm just kind of shrug it off. I'm a college professor. There's definitely people who just like, you just calling in, you know what I'm saying? Like you just, put some
but I think I'm going to tell you how it shows up.
But then when it impacts me in a way, then I'm like,
no, how it shows up is that we just don't take them seriously ever.
Oh,
that's
that's right. True.
Yeah.
How do you know you don't teach class?
Right.
Be in a meeting
you
like,
make a little subtle jabs.
Did you say something? but we
Uh,
teach, so I don't know
but
what you're even talking about. That'd be so rude. How do you know? You
you know,
know what I'm talking
there are people,
about?
and I get it. People talk about a work life balance, and so there are people that like leave the office exactly at the time. It doesn't matter if we're in the middle of a all right, y'all, I'm heading on now, and I'm like, what? We didn't accomplish
Hmm.
anything yet, and they walk out, and I'm always like, wow. And in a way, I want to admire them. I want to think to myself like, wow, that's so admirable that you've gone back. But then they come back in the next day and they're not even really happy. I'm like, you need to go on ahead and stay because this ain't contributing to your soul and your spirit the way that you think it is because
Yeah.
this work didn't
And
get done.
sometimes they're not using the time effectively and then still leave, kind of early. So I'll be
Because
like,
if you're sitting at your desk and you're watching TikTok videos
Yeah, all
and
day.
then you leave directly at the
Yeah.
time
Right.
you're supposed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
lazy coworkers
When
definitely
have
will
to
take you
If
there.
you have to carry them, that can require your patience.
You're gonna have to talk about this one.
Yes.
I got the last one,
Mhm.
but you overly complicated shit.
When stuff is just like too much, it tires my patience. When there's lots of little, and to me, and again, that's a judgment, right? Remember, we're talking about working on patience, so checking our judgments is something we're going to talk about during the season. But for me, I get judgmental when stuff is it's just so long. I'd be like, what a loquacious way to just express that. Or this meeting this was an email, not a 2-hour meeting. Or I know you're not about to raise your hand and say this. I just want to piggyback on. Nope. It's Friday at 4 p.m. and you are piggybacking
Yeah.
and adding layers. Well, I was thinking about nope.
The piggy is
Yeah,
bacon.
somebody put the piggy outside in the pen.
The
So
piggy
just
is rolling in the mud.
when things are excessively, and what it's a
Yeah.
judgment call on my part, right? I am judging it as unnecessarily complicated. Like you're making this so difficult. Even when somebody try to talk to you about something serious and they do so much preamble, you'd be like, oh my
Yeah,
God, just
yeah.
let it out.
Just
Please, you have to have patience for that person being uncomfortable though with conflict. So because they're just like, so I want to just walk with you a little bit. Okay, this is hard for me. Wait.
I can't imagine what.
So do you remember the time? And you'd be like, oh my gosh. And they do so much just to be like, it hurt my feelings when you said this the other day. Oh my, we could have said, it took you 30 minutes.
I don't know that people are as appreciative of the economy of language as they should be.
Oh
It
God.
just doesn't require that many words
Oh,
for you to
Jesus.
say most of the things.
I-
If you were
so
to
many
write
words.
out the things that you say from your mouth, you would find there are so many things you could
You can
cross out.
all of this out
You could just
and just take this. When something's
Yeah.
you have to have patience. You have to have patience. People write a book long text
yeah.
to just be like, I'd like to go Friday. Something's just overly complicated can take you out.
Or we know people who ask so many questions about a thing. Here's the thing. Are you going to go? You know you're going to go. Why are we asking all these questions? I don't have the answers for you. We'll find out when we get
I
there
have
together.
but I'm telling you, some of y'all literally look at your friends, your mom, and then you be like, you have one more question. When we were at Disney World last year, I love my family. I put them on a question budget. I'm answering 2 more questions from every, and they
that's
were even
right.
said, "Is that a piece?" I was like, "No." They were literally because I said it so often. They were really respecting. Shout out to my family. They were like, "Is that each? Do we each have
So
2
y'all
questions
should get
left?"
together, make
No,
a huddle,
nope.
and decide what are the 2
Collectively,
you are going
have
to
2
ask me
questions
because that's it.
I cannot. We cannot get off every single ride, and I have to answer 10 questions by each person. I just could not do it. That is such a good. That's a good point. But patience, right? The joy comes also by just sometimes taking a breath and being like, "This is what makes that person feel comfortable. They have anxiety about the particular thing." Let me respond to it
we have
with empathy.
some anxious people in our families that they I have someone in my family who gets so worked up with her questions that if I can't provide answers, she calls the whole thing up. Well, then I'm not going.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets like that. And so I have to have the patience to just be like,
Mhm.
okay.
By like September 1st, my mama's going to start asking me if I'm coming to Thanksgiving, as though I've ever not. Bless your soul, Deborah Bell. But she is going to ask if I'm. Are you coming to Thanksgiving? It's like September 5th, though. I'll be hot. I'll be in shorts.
Yeah,
Because she just needs to I
she
just need to
needs to
get that
know.
information.
Yes.
What time are you going? You know, to
Overly
do such and such?
complicated.
Are you talking about the time I'm going to pick you for the airport in June for your trip in June?
Be a conversation.
Here now in this here January. That's what.
How about this? You sit with all that. You know that you don't have to bring it to me. You sit with it.
But you know,
That's their lack of patience. It's like they've got all this in their
Yeah,
mind.
they
They
gotta get it
can't
now.
sit with it. It creates angst.
Mhm.
I get it.
and I get it.
This last one is my thing. This is my thing, y'all. I'm gonna be really honest. I don't know that I have a lot of patience for this uncertainty.
I do. I'm okay with being uncertain.
Let me say this. I'm not joking when I tell you that my love language is clarity.
Mhm.
I don't need it to be long. I don't need it to be detailed. I need it to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I just want it to be exact. That's all. Even if the clarity is I don't know just yet, great.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna come back and talk to me when you do know? Great. And that's fine by me. But for something to be uncertain and we just up in the air and things are just that's very
Shoulder shrugging. I have patience for shoulder shrugging. But just like you have patience for life. You were talking about reading. Child, please, by the time I'm going off by this, I'm not reading nothing. I'm skipping people by it. I'm not doing any of that. I'm probably not even waiting in the line. I'm not even testing my patience in the line. So
okay.
we're a yin and a yang. Because maybe that, yeah, people be like, is this clear? Mm-mm.
You know what I do sometimes in to get my clarity? I'll see how many minutes did it take for me to move up one person. So then I can sit and calculate how many more minutes am I going to be in this line? Then I have peace because the uncertainty of it, that really
makes
does
me
something for me.
outraged.
No, that does something for me because now I know. Oh, okay. It's going to take me 16 minutes. All right. Well, let me find something
Then
to
I
do to be
become
16.
absolutely enraged by that. I'm going to be in this line for 33 minutes. I'm losing it. It took 10 minutes with that person. There are 4 people in front of me.
Okay. Then you, my friend, need some patience and
I'm go-
endurance.
Yeah.
We've come to
I
the
do.
right place.
Yep. I
All right.
do. I don't appreciate the line. That's me.
So let's talk about it then. When we hear the words patience and endurance, we think of hating the process.
Which we've already decided that's not joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no joy in hating the process.
Mm-hmm. What we do so oftentimes, anything that's going to take a long amount of time or just a decent amount of time, we look to the end. We envision the end.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, when I lose this 50 pounds, I'm going to be so fine. If you had envisioned the working out and the meal prepping, then you could enjoy them too.
That was the envisioning. Envision yourself feeling great after a workout tomorrow morning.
And I'm not saying even the feeling great. I'm saying envision the discomfort. Because you know you're gonna be sore after.
Yeah.
Well, I know
I feel
after.
great after
Well,
workout stuff.
let me go and get some things done because I know I'm not gonna be moving the same way once I come up off of this workout, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we get so caught up in the idea of discomfort.
We just don't like it.
I was talking with my baby daddy the other day, and he said something about. We were talking about somebody that we know, and he said she just struggles with being uncomfortable, and I just found that so bizarre. Like, how? So you're just never gonna do anything because it's uncomfortable? And I was like, that's we don't
How
tell
little
ourselves
you'll get done.
when do you ever accomplish the great things?
Yeah,
And
without the discomfort.
it was just
Yeah.
comfortable the whole way
Yeah.
through. When did that happen?
Yeah, I'm suspicious. If you got a relationship, it ain't never been uncomfortable in that joker. No, that means y'all something's happening. You're not telling each other the truth. Something.
So I'm telling you that if you kind of just settle on into that discomfort, patience and endurance can bring you joy too.
It absolutely can. The act of it. I don't mean she's not saying the reward at the end. She's saying the thing, the actual patience and endurance. Me practicing the patience.
That's it.
Me being able, just having the stamina to just shoulder on through. That itself is bringing me joy.
Mm-hmm.
The process itself is bringing me joy, not what I think it's going to bring.
Yeah. So break down the definition for us.
Right? So, with the first thing we talk about in the definition is tolerating discomfort, right? And I was saying that I remember a brother of ours. We kind of jokingly call him like the Baba of emotions, right? Because he is like, what an emotionally, like intact, you know what I'm saying? Like man, from especially
That's true. I've never
just
seen
for
him.
I mean
lose
he.
it.
Well, and also he gives into what the experience is. Like if it's time to cry, he'll just cry, and he's like,
That's true.
yeah, I can still
That's
be
true. That's
a
true.
masculine man. I'm gonna shed these tears because this thing's sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
he
He's not
doesn't feel- and
uncomfortable.
he doesn't feel
He
a
doesn't feel
burden.
away. He's
Yeah,
not like,
yeah.
oh, I shouldn't let people know.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's true. I
This
never
is
thought
what
of
I'm
him like that.
experiencing. You gonna and see what this is, right? And I was talking to him about a number of different things, and he was like, you tend to rush through your challenging situations, and through the challenging emotions. And I was like, yeah, because I'm trying to get to the smile part.
Yeah.
And he was like, sometimes you just, but you're not getting the full lesson from it though. If you don't, sometimes you got to sit in it for a second.
That's good.
And I remember him saying that too. I remember his body movement. You just got to sit in. And I was like, I don't want to sit in. It's uncomfortable to be in conflict, to be angry, to be whatever it is. I don't want that. I just want to be giddy, right? But I'm not learning from the situation if I don't.
You know what this
pause
makes
in it
me
for a
think of
second.
is this whole culture that we established, this participation culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like we no longer let children experience losing
Loss. Mm-hmm.
a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We want to give a trophy to every child that just for showing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what that has done is created like a generation of people that struggle with discomfort
Mm-hmm.
because they've never practiced it, y'all. We remember when
Never
we
had
were younger,
uncomfortable feedback.
and like people would pick who they wanted on their teams, and you felt some kind of way when you were the last person that didn't get called, right?
Listen,
But here's the
it's true.
thing. Here's the thing, though.
Mhm.
You realize one of two things: either this is not my thing, I don't get called first for this. Let me go exist in the places where I do get called first for the team, or let me practice to get better.
Or a third option. That's okay. I'm not gonna be good at dodgeball. I know that's why I was picked last, but I'm gonna do the best and I'm gonna have fun anyway.
But now we
I'm not
have
gonna be a
these people
dodgeball
whose
master.
feelings are so.
And when you get out into the real world, that's going to happen. These people are gonna get a promotion and this person's not. You can't be like, where's my promotion? Promotions are supposed to be given to all of us. No, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my merit increase on in my raise? We're all supposed to get them. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? They are given for particular behaviors at work. And if in school, you know what I'm saying, they made this kind of like, nope, all kids, it's all the same. All the kids get an A no matter what the performance is, whatever that is. You're not ready. You got to learn how to endure some stuff like that. I get picked last for dodgeball because I'm not good at dodgeball. So I'm not that good at dodgeball. Now I'm gonna get picked first on the fashion club, whatever the other thing is. Fine.
Right.
Here I am.
Yeah. We don't ever, if we don't allow for the discomfort, we don't allow the discomfort to build our character.
Right. Your
And
character
so-
really gets built in it's not, I mean, it's not that it doesn't exist in the happy places, but at least when you are inconvenienced, when you are irritated, when you are feeling discomfort, that's when we see the content of your character. If everything's going well, everybody's awesome.
This is what I'm saying. Also, allow the discomfort to make you a more empathic
Yeah.
person.
Listen, sometimes you have to sit for a second so you know this is what it felt like when somebody else was when this was happening.
How do I support my friend through a thing?
Mm-hmm.
How do I support any of my loved ones if I
That's real
haven't
good.
lived the tale? Like sometimes you've got to struggle so that you get the lesson so you can pass it on. So other people
Mm-hmm.
don't have to go through whatever it was that you went through, or you can just be the wisdom that you provide for them when they get to that
Yes.
same place.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah. It also helps you kind of forgive them. You know what I mean? Too. The empathy allows for the forgiveness because you are, let's say that you use strong words or you cut people off or you high volume and you get upset, how, and then you experience how that feels when it happens to you.
Right.
You got to pause for a second and be like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah,
So that
I'm
means
not gonna do it.
possibly
Yeah.
they may not like it when I do it to them.
Yep. Yep.
It increases that empathy.
Yes.
That's good.
And tolerating discomfort builds resistance.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you're always going to be weak if you never experience something that tests your strengths.
Listen, when people say things like, some people in our community are have the absolute audacity to say things like, I'm not my ancestors. You sure ain't. We agree.
You couldn't last a day.
Do you know how long the
Not a
Montgomery
day.
bus boycott went on?
It's 300, like 94
Do you understand? Over
days or something. It
I
was
want
something
you would not do that for 1.5 days. I'm not my ancestors. Would you sitting at a lunch counter with dogs by what? Yeah, you wouldn't have. I would have been. Nah. Nah. You're not them. You're right.
Correct. You're not.
Dishonors them to suggest you might have been.
Yeah.
Over
And-
a year, you walking to work. I will walk and I will get up. If I have a car, I'm going to get up early enough. So if I see anybody else who's participating in the
I
boycott,
can get them to
I will
where-
drive
yep.
them to work and to make sure I still go to work
Yep.
on time. Yeah, you ain't them.
You ain't them.
That's patience and
You ain't
endurance.
them. You would not. You would not only wake up earlier. You would probably not wake up on time to make it there if you had been catching a bus. You would get fired and you
Right.
would be sitting at home doing nothing and then wonder, I don't know why they fired me.
Yeah.
Racism.
Notice
No.
none of that happened. None of those people who walked to work, who got up early enough to carry other people to work and then drive themselves to work,
And
sitting at home.
because what we're talking about ultimately, they did it with joy in their heart.
Mhm. I'm glad to take a stand like
They
this.
didn't know when it was going to end.
They didn't even know when it- right.
However long this lasts.
Who knew that? Listen, I'm sure they thought that was going to be 2 weeks. We're going to boycott the buses for 2 weeks. Over a year. Over a year.
And we're going to keep going, and not
As
one
long
of
as I
us
have to
is
sit in
going
the
to
back, I'm not getting on this
compromise.
bus.
Not one of us
Nope.
is going to get on that bus. I don't care how far I have to go. I will find somebody
Buckles in
with a
shape.
car. Oh, listen.
And listen, you know how hot it is in Montgomery. What?
Okay.
But that kind of resistance and resilience that was built in those people who said, I will withstand this discomfort. I will tolerate
We don't have that.
this endurance. We won't.
We don't have that at
Baby,
all.
I don't even want to fly coach. I'll spoil myself. Seriously.
We just don't build
I
up
spoil myself.
our resistance in ways that contribute to our character.
Sit in that
When
discomfort
we-
for a second.
when we shortchange ourselves.
Mhm.
That's ultimately what it's about. When you take the shortcut, you are not learning the lesson that you could get from just sit in it
Sit in it.
with this
It's
discomfort.
giving you what you need. That's what trips me about like students who I've been like, you pay all this money for a college education to try to cheat your way through it. What?
And
So
think
you
they
can
got
walk
over
out
on somebody.
not learning something?
And you think you got the prize.
You celebrating yourself.
Look at me, I moved on and gonna
You-
get out
you're
into
the
that real
fool.
world and not know a goddamn thing.
Right.
But go off, sis.
Go off, sis. Craziness.
Every
But
time.
because we don't, and I think, to some extent, generationally, we have to be intentional about, I know this sounds awful, creating the discomfort for our children. When I play, games with my daughter, I'm playing to win.
every time.
If I win, I win. She better beat me. How's she gonna even learn how to do the game?
Because you're supposed to learn how to get savvy enough to beat the
Right.
person who
If I
usually
always
wins.
let her win, how does she even learn how does she get any strategies? If she leaves that sweat, she knows this, we talk about all the time. When she leaves her jacket at school, then she goes to school without it. My mother was like, she's going to be cold. I was like, probably.
That's the point.
It's going to be cold tomorrow. Sure is.
Mm.
She went to school on a bitter cold day one time. I let her out there. People were looking like, she needs a jacket. She brought back every sweater and jacket she had left in that school. She came home with 3 of them that day. If I kept buying jackets, I would just be giving jackets to the school. Why?
I've been in this season now saying,
Why?
oh, I wish I would have said no to my child more. Just no. No
So
reason.
the endurance would get built.
No.
Yeah. Now I will say the Bells were good at that. They would just say no for no reason. Can I spend the night with someone? Nope. Why not? Just nope. It'd be no reason at all. I would have just spent the night last weekend. No.
No.
You just need to hear no sometimes. Go sit down. Nope.
So that now when I hear
What?
it, I don't throw a grown temper tantrum because I heard the no. I'm used to that now.
Listen, do you see where we're going with that?
That's fine.
Whole grown temper tantrums because you cannot endure not getting your way immediately. Come on, y'all.
So let's roll on.
Let's roll on.
Patience and endurance involves delaying rewards. Sometimes the best thing you can do is wait.
We hate waiting. I see somebody I like. I'm going to marry him and have his baby tomorrow.
Baby, I promise you, you want to wait on that. Because what you're going to learn 6 months from now is going to save your life.
I think we need to just hold on.
If this thing is everlasting, he's going to be here forever anyway. Let's go on ahead and let's just take our time with it.
Out. You ever have something that just reheated in the oven so much better than the microwave? You ever put like fries or pizza in the microwave and be like, oh, baby, you put that thing in the oven or the air fryer.
It be crisp.
But you gonna put those minutes in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We want immediate everything. I mean, we want, and we.
Food, money.
Just
you know what I'm saying? Joy.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. Right now.
Because we are living in these times, I talk about it all the time. Back in the day when we wanted new music, we would go and stand in the line at Tower Records on a Tuesday evening until midnight. And then it would drop, and then we would play it in the CD player in our car.
First of all, it took 8 hours to even get it out of the packaging.
Okay.
You know
all
what I'm
of
saying?
that.
Like, it was
And
wild.
then you would listen to it over and over. It's why artists would make albums for us, because I mean, we were listening from beginning to end. You wanted a classic album that you didn't have to skip through things, right? Now, today, these artists are making singles.
They just make songs.
I couldn't tell you the last album that I bought because they're putting out a song here and here and here, and I can download it immediately. I can Shazam a thing, and
be listening to it in seconds. And all that's awesome, right? Digitally awesome. It does all that immediate gratification. We talked about that a couple of seasons back, right? It doesn't. It can reduce the value of a thing.
Yep.
Delaying the reward can also clarify your need or your ability to even maintain the reward, right? Shout out to my students and be like, okay, I'm going to go to the PhD program. Easy, Tiger. What do you want to do when you grow up? Get my PhD? Okay, that's not a career. That would be the steps to getting toward it. Well, you know what I'm saying? And then you get, if you do not wait for the clarity, like Marty just said, right, about your career choice before just jumping into a graduate program, right? You might be in the wrong one. I work with a number of people who have a number of master's degrees that they never use.
Hi.
Use yours? What do you mean?
I mean, it's not. I will say this. I, as you were talking, I was like, oh, this is me. I did something not thinking about the career I wanted. I was thinking of the right now.
Mm.
So I was like, well, I got to get out and do something. No, let me just
Yeah, I'm just gonna graduate.
let me just do
Yeah.
this thing, right? And
Sometimes
so
we just wait a second. You don't wake up in the morning and be like, "Oh, I like babies. I think I had one." I hope you didn't. I hope you didn't. I mean, to really have a great outcome and to sustain the outcome that you're going for, sometimes you need to like the kind of
'cause
preparation.
let me tell you
need.
something.
You can't just up and do it. You need to really prepare and do it.
Keep living, and you will see the effects of not having that endurance.
Mm-hmm.
You will have all of these decisions that you've made, and you will see how they have laid out in your life and
much
how you have
backtracking
not
and-
come to the place you want to be at because you just didn't have the endurance and the patience to see a thing through. Just sit and wait. Just sit. It's okay if everyone else around you is clear about where they're going and you don't. That's all right.
Or
Just
is
sit.
Rushing. It's okay to say, I'm not ready yet. I need to put more patience into this. I need to have more time here. Right. To no student likes to fail a class. We were part of a rites of passage organization that sometimes your journey would kind of restart, right? And I will be honest with you though, most people, even students that do it later on, say, I'm glad I repeated it. Because
every single time.
I didn't get I didn't I wanted a grade to just get out of there, but I really did not have the information. I just didn't have it, right? And sometimes you got to go back and do something again, but that takes patience and that takes endurance. You ever try to do something real quick and then you just finally be like, never mind, I'm so busy trying to save time that I've wasted time. It'd have been shorter to restart the daggone thing. Just start your paper all over again. Stop cutting the little picture. The whole thing. Just step one.
And that's where the joy comes in, y'all. You get to a place where you realize, like, you know what? This is all right. Because this is what I was supposed to be doing
And I get to start
anyway.
again. It's a little more fun actually to start again than to keep on trying to just fix a mess. Sometimes just, okay. We try to fix the mess because we're just being impatient. We're just being patient. And I think for myself, and hopefully for other people out there, and I hope that we can teach that as a lesson too. The reward is sweeter when you've earned it through endurance. It really is. When you have whatever that thing is, when you've just shouldered through, you were just in the trenches giving it your all.
You remember,
and then you got the reward. That thing is good.
You remember when Oprah, when she had her own show, this was early Oprah, and she had lost all that weight, and because she had just drank like something. And I remember she came out with a wheelbarrow
that thing and
with all the weight she had lost, right? And she was, skinty. We ain't never seen Oprah that size since, right?
Just some little jeans on.
And immediately she packed on all that weight again. Because she hadn't done any work. All she had to do was drink something. And she didn't know, what do I do when I'm no longer drinking the thing?
You got to maintain the lifestyle.
How do I do that, right? And now you look at Oprah. There are people who've never seen Fat Oprah. She's been able to keep a certain weight because she learned, I had to work out regularly. I had to eat a particular way. There were things I just couldn't do. My lifestyle had to change.
Which requires ongoing patience and endurance. That's why I really, my daughter's martial arts coach told them the other day, and it has just stuck with me. Don't chase goals. We're not creating goals. We're creating systems.
This is the word.
I said that when I said, I was like, come through, Master Colors.
This is the word.
Not because if your goal is just the weight loss, that you'll just do anything to get the weight loss. You better be creating a system that maintains the
You don't
health.
want to be skinny. You want to be the person who makes wise choices with what they eat. You don't just want to look
your body
good
and your health will reflect that.
You want to be the strong individual who can make it through an hour-long workout. That's ultimately what You want to make those
And
kinds of
that requires
decisions.
patience. You're not going to get that overnight. That requires, now, you can lose some weight overnight. Don't eat any food. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can get that, but to really have what you're talking about, right, is going to take that endurance.
So it involves maintaining stamina. Maintaining stamina allows you to start a thing and finish it. Y'all, we get so excited about, we talked about this just a few minutes ago. We get so excited to start a thing.
Hey, I'm starting my workout. We get some new clothes, post ourselves in them. Look at my joggers, bro. Ow. We do. I know I do. I get excited about the plan. I haven't even started yet. I'm writing it down on my calendar.
And then as it steadily falls off, we didn't see a thing through. We've accomplished nothing. And I'm going to tell you, after a while, that's going to mess with your pride and gratification.
Yep.
Because I don't have, what do I have to be proud of?
Right.
I keep starting
That
things
I started something. This is why discipline is my word, y'all.
and never finish it.
Right.
I've got to see it through. Yeah. And it's that slow and steady sometimes, right? Like if you
But that's the patience part.
think about the marathon, you don't just start sprinting.
You're not going to finish.
You won't be at that place 13 miles later.
You won't even finish.
Right.
You'll literally tap out.
Right. Yeah.
People, marathon runners just start and they just like keep a pace, right? They know themselves. That takes endurance.
And they've learned their pace over time because they've been training for this thing for so long. They know their bodies at this point. Yeah, they're not making these rash decisions. I just want to get to the finish line. No, they don't. They want to last through this.
Yep.
The finish line isn't just the goal. It's the whole process in between.
And maintaining your stamina also keeps your motivation high because that's what happens when you have like long-term tasks. You just be like, I don't even know if I'm going to do this on my. You know, if you've been to graduate school or just anything that's long, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, oh, I just don't even have the energy. I don't have the stamina. That's part of learning endurance, is increasing your stamina so that, and that's not just physical, right? When we hear stamina, we often think physical. You have a mental stamina. You know what I mean? You have to work on increasing that. So when you come across a task that is adverse, that is not your preference,
You can see
that is
yourself
challenging, that is lengthy, right? You have to have the mental stamina to go through it. I argue that you probably need the mental stamina for the physical stuff too. When I feel like I don't want to run anymore, it's because it's mental. I just get my head. I hate running. I'm an African dance for 5 hours. That doesn't mean that means that it's not just a physical thing. It's not a physical thing.
You talk yourself out of things here before you even stopped your body from doing. And this is how we start the workout plan, and we never. Oh well, I'm sore today, so I'm just not going to do. No, but if your mind understands, I'm going to work through it even if I'm sore. If I tell myself at the beginning, these are the things that I need to consider, work out even when you're sore. If I see that on a list,
right,
then I can't use that as
That's not my excuse.
If I know that I can't let the day get away from me because I won't work out in the evening, you must work out when you wake up. You must. Those are the things that you bullet out. Those are the things that you prepare yourself for, so that you are preparing yourself for the stamina when the obstacle. Think of the obstacles. Don't think of the goal. What are all the things that could get me off of?
And how am I going to counter each one of those? Because countering the
You put
obstacles,
that in
you're
place?
going to end up at the goal. You're just going to end up at the goal.
That's the endurance right there.
But that's you see why it requires this principle.
Come up with all of the possible ways that you could derail yourself and come up with your solutions for that. And even still, I'd even put one on there when you do fail. Because at some point, there's going to be something that's not on this list. When you do fail, get the lesson from it, start anew the next day. Don't let yourself go not one day without I cheated on my meal. I didn't do my workout. That's fine. We miss Monday, Tuesday, we back at it.
Yep.
We don't let it keep
We
going
don't just
just
follow,
because
right? That's how,
Uh-huh.
because endurance doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean operating in a perfect space. It means keep
Right.
going.
Right.
It means remain steadfast. It means maintain the stamina.
Yes.
So patience and endurance involves also finishing a thing you do not prefer. I don't need endurance to finish a taco. I don't need to tap into my inner spirit and let me see if I can find the wherewithal
No matter how
to
full I
just
am,
get through this buteca,
I will
just
press.
to get to this bar taco duck burrito. Just how can I get through? That's not required. I put that thing in my mouth
I take a bite
with
and
confidence and assuredness. I do need endurance to sign up for these continuing education workshops and sit there for 3 hours apiece. That's what I need it for, because I don't prefer it. I prefer the outcome, but I don't prefer the activity.
You cannot have discipline unless you are working in something you don't prefer.
Yeah, that's not where your discipline builds.
Even if we're talking about the things she mentioned, African dance, we love African dance. Every single time we do it, we're like, I forgot how much I love that thing. It is the endurance to make the schedule, to go there weekly, no matter what's going on in my life. It is the having the money to pay for the classes. It is scheduling this into making this part of my weekly plan.
Instead of just saying, yeah, we should really go to African dance.
I know, I love it.
But that's
not the discipline part.
There's a disciplined patience that comes along with that. Right? You must be engaged in completing tasks that you don't prefer to really test your patience and endurance.
Yep.
You don't need it. You're not utilizing it for things that you love. I don't need no
if
endurance to
you
eat
are
cake.
a person who enjoys working out, don't go around telling people you got discipline.
You like working out.
You love working out. That wasn't hard to do. What's the thing that you can't stand doing?
But you do. But you
did
keep consistently. And you do it well and consistently.
Yeah.
Right. Without a reserve of patience and endurance, the hard goals are so much harder, and they really might actually be unachievable. When you see people not do so well, if you see somebody who maybe like dropped out of school or things like that, it's not because they weren't intelligent. In fact, it's almost never that, because how'd you get there in the first place? It's that you didn't have the patience and the endurance to get through the process. I don't think people get divorced because they fell out of love. I'm not sure that's what it is. It's not about loving the person. Did you have patience and endurance with the relationship with your partner? Did you use patience and endurance when you chose to get into the relationship in the first place?
It's why you show up at work every day.
That's why you show up.
Whether you like it or not. There are moments when you don't. There are parts of it you don't prefer.
Getting out of the bed.
It is why you
don't prefer.
go in every single day. On time.
It's why you study when you are trying to pass a class. It's why you don't throw your child out of a window.
That you don't attack her like the man did that judge when he
me
just flew over
just
that
you see your
desk.
feet flying behind. All I saw was feet, and I saw like her teenager back behind here.
Because if you have a child that you haven't wanted to do that yet, I can guarantee you they are not over the age of 14. Just wait. Keep living.
It's what you need to go through those things. Right?
Yeah.
But also the satisfaction that one experiences when they finish a task that they don't prefer is just unmatched.
You feel
I'm
so
not
accomplished.
listen, I'm not proud of eating the 10 times. I mean, I'm not like proud of myself. I'm happy that when I eat the 10 because it tastes good. But I'm not like the pride I have by finishing these 10.
Right.
Let me finish 25 sit-ups, 25 push-ups. Listen, we tell people. We can't wait to tell somebody. I unpacked all the boxes last night that was downstairs. I decluttered my closet. Excuse me.
And you start showing videos.
I want you to know,
of that. Yes.
this is what it was, and this is what
Yes.
that's how proud we are of it.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. So we are very excited about this season. And if you want to join in, I can guarantee you every single one of you, there is something in your life that could use some patience and endurance. And this is your season. This is your time to get it. We're going to be talking about it every week. We want to make sure that you are joining us with this. So we're encouraging you
Join
to just
us.
stay tuned. Be a Joy John. Follow us on all of our socials, but also make sure that you engage with us, y'all. Like a post when you see it, like an episode, leave a comment, leave a review, like all of those things, because
Help us
that's
spread
what
joy.
that's what helps us really to spread our joy.
So please.
Yes. So we're gonna wrap up with our joy journal
From our Joy Johns.
from our Joy Johns. We asked our
Joy
Joy
Johns.
Johns. Let's see what we asked our. What's a situation that really tried your patience, and how did you handle it?
How did you handle the trying of the patience?
And y'all are definitely leaving responses.
Ah.
You had a lot of these. So the first one, Kaya. Is Kaya in Atlanta?
No, I didn't mean to put Atlanta.
Kaya is somewhere. Kaya, we love you.
I thought her name was Kia. Have I been calling her the wrong thing?
Kaya.
Oh man, I called you Kia like it's your face.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're like my favorite person.
I know. She's lovely. We love
she's
Kaya.
like the most hilarious person.
No, she is the most hilarious
she's
person.
you talking about just joy, right?
She said this
She's in
past
New York, I
Sunday,
think.
she's somewhere. Yeah.
In New York, I think she's
Yeah.
New Jersey, something. Up there.
Yes.
Mhm.
This past Sunday, I had enough of both of my grandmother's sons. I don't know if she's talking about her uncle.
Her father?
I don't know if she's talking about her daddy. I don't know who Kaya is talking
When
about.
you call your grandmother's son,
She couldn't even say the name. She was so just, oh, I don't even want
my
to-
mother's son get on her. You mean your
Right, your brother?
Right.
Yeah. So you see, she had to talk about someone she does love to communicate about someone she ain't feeling at this moment. So she said, I had enough of both of my grandmother's sons, but the oldest one really made me lose it. I don't know. I have to ask her, is this your daddy?
Right, 'cause
Talking
that's
about?
funny. I wonder if the oldest one really is her father.
I had to regain control and exercise patience and wait 2 hours in the car, or I would have been locked up.
Don't get locked up tackling
Listen,
your daddy
know
or
yourself.
your uncle.
Sometimes we got to say, I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah.
y'all. I'm going to sit this one out
Mhm.
because I love y'all and I want to
I'ma take
come
a
back
minute.
in.
Yeah.
I want to come back in a place that is honorable
be
to all of
honorable.
us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go on ahead and
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in this car.
It takes patience to know you're about to not be honorable and to decide to be honorable and be like, you know what? Just let me get a minute.
It is the reason that I do not get loud when I'm feeling angry.
Mm-hmm.
I know that once I get loud,
It's
I've
gonna be
gotten
it.
to the
I'm back
place that I'm going to
out of
say
control at
things
that
I
point.
can never take
Mhm.
back. And my mouth is reckless. And I don't want anybody to see just how reckless it can be. And I'm talking about to the people I love.
To be so injured, you know what I mean?
I
You
don't want to
people
leave
be
anybody
injured.
like that.
Mhm.
And so that's why I constantly try and calm myself and just dial it on back, because when I get there, I don't know who's going to be able to bring me back. So that's real good. Sit in the car for 2 hours, sis.
Mhm. That's
Real
better
good.
than the alternative, you
Mhm.
know? So sometimes we just need to have the patience and to endure that moment so that we don't create negative consequences for ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, our boy Leroy in New York City. Oh, who did something to he has the cutest sons in the
He
world. I
does.
mean, one is just
Just a little
cuter than the
chocolate
next.
drops.
I mean, these cheeks. When they get older, I'm gonna probably still be like, but you. I'm like, Auntie Kanika,
Cutie pie.
I'm 25. I want you to. I'm like, but you. They're just adorable.
Their father is
right?
cute like
I know.
Jesus.
He looks like that. I think I probably pinched his too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said, my boys' school, particularly this one teacher, that attempted to crush my son's
I love
spirit.
that attempted.
Right. When I asked her if she was okay with it, she refused to answer. I had to walk away, and I'm currently looking for other schools for the next academic year. So, you know, he took a minute, he took a beat and said, you know, let me have patience with this situation right here and not make it worse by blessing this woman all the way out into New Jersey. Why are you in New Jersey? Whatchamacallit's daddy cussed me out to New Jersey. I was blown back across the, you know,
Yeah.
little bridge. By his
Yeah. And sometimes, let me say this too. That is patience and endurance, knowing I'm looking for something for the next
Yep.
school year.
Yep.
We've got
Yeah.
at least 6 months until we get
Yeah.
there.
Which means
Which
we're
means
going
I've
to be
got to-
patient and we're going to
just
endure where we are
ride
right
this
now.
out.
Right. And we are going to make our move. He's planning the move.
Yeah.
He didn't say like, and then I just snatched him out of
Just
school
snatched
right
him
away.
out.
And then he went to a different school tomorrow.
No. Yeah, that's
'Cause
good.
that probably wouldn't have
Yeah,
been the best
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dawn from Georgia, she said, dealing with my mother-in-law when she had dementia. I handled it by still doing what needed to be done for her, or not sometimes, even though she fought me and didn't want me to. That's really hard. Dementia is that tricky one because here's someone who's been lovely to you your whole life. You've had a particular relationship and then it all gets taken away. They're a totally different
Yeah.
person because they don't remember
Personality shifts
who
and-
they've been in your life. And so what she had to do was remember the love we shared, remember who she has been to me in the past so that I can care for her
Yeah.
through this very frustrating time. Yeah.
It's hard to be patient with that
Yeah.
situation and endure these kinds of changes, that's kind of the ultimate patient endurance situation. So shout out, John.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't get this joy, y'all, because
We gonna get this joy. We gonna get this joy.
we gonna get this joy. We gonna get this joy. And then the tenors go, we gonna get this joy. We gonna get this joy. First sopranos. We gonna get this joy. We gonna get it.
Altos always have something. I need joy right now.
Altos always get the best part.
They got a little funky. They always have a little funky part.
Got to get this patience and endurance so
Come
that we
on.
can get this joy.
You can't have. There's none of these principles that we talk about exist in a silo, and you really cannot have them. You can't be like, I got like 5 of them, so I'm gonna have joy. You gotta have all of them. Your joy is incomplete without having patience or endurance. That means there's a gap.
Absolutely.
There's a gap. Without having awe and wonderment, there's a gap. You know what I mean? So you gotta have all of them.
Yeah. Well, gonna roll on out on that note. We gonna get this joy. 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 We gon' get this. We gon' get this. We gon' get this joy. Something's wrong with you.
You can picture it.
All the way wrong.
You can
with
picture
you.
that little
what?
tambourine come out. Why do tambourine players always have that same little look to them?
Always.
Like they almost
Serious.
like it's always serious. Like, My job
I'm
is
not
to
gonna
come up
crack
here.
a smile. No.
I'm here to play the tambourine.
I'm very serious.
You gonna
about
play
the
that tambourine with that much funk, and your face doesn't move at all?
We gonna get this joy. We gonna get this joy. We gonna get this joy. Where's the smile? We're talking about joy.
No, because the tambourine takes. You
Yeah.
gotta really.
You gotta be very.
You
serious
gotta
about
focus
this
in
thing.
on a tambourine. You can't just be, willy nilly. It ain't the cymbals. It ain't the triangle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The tambourine requires like this. There's a level of just focus and concentration that has to happen on that.